In this demonstration, we'll be taking you through some of the enrichment services of CluedIn. If I head over to my preparation section and click on enrich, I've just set up that this instance has just one of the many enrichers that come out of the box with CluedIn, the web enricher. Now, this web enricher is set up to work specifically on certain entity types with certain properties. In this case, it's set up to use the organization entity type and react off the organization.website key. So let's go ahead and onboard some data. Here I have a list of companies. Let's put it under a folder called data. And let's view our file. Let's do our preview. And you can see that I've got a list of 10 records and they all have their websites here. So let's go ahead and map. Like I said, we need to choose the organization type because this enricher is set up only to enrich organization records. You can see based off the name of my input columns, it's automatically linking to the organization.website key, and this is what this enricher is looking at to trigger its enrichment service. Let's create the mapping. Let's just inspect and double check everything. The name is automatically set, and the entity codes are good as well. I'm going to remove the person ID because that's not a unique reference to a company. Let's finish. And let's head over before we process our data, let's head over and let's enable our enrichment service. Fantastic. Let's head back and process our records now into the CluedIn platform. This will go off and do a couple of things. First of all, it'll push those records into the MDM system. And once that's done, the enrichment will start to be triggered. If we head over to our processing pipeline, we'll be able to see what's happening within the CluedIn pipeline itself. So you can see that not only is my processing happening, but our external enrichment is happening as well. With this in mind, let's head back to our search and let's head to some of our records. Let's take something like the Pfizer record. If we go here, you can see that what started with just the website, the name, address, and an ID is now enriched with social information. In fact, we can drill down and see we've got descriptions, titles, copyrights, social links, and much, much more. Even the technologies that they're using on their website. If we head over to our history, we can also see that this particular record has been enriched by the web enricher, and you can see specifically what values came back from that system as well. Let's head over and let's create a new manual data entry project. For this, we're going to enable the manual data entry under our feature flags. With the page refreshed, let's head back and create a new project for creating new companies. We're going to specify that the entity type is organization, and it's going to be using the organization vocabulary. We can set a description, or we can just set this blank. Let's create a form, and this will just contain the name, which is a text field, and we're also going to have it create the website. We don't have to specify all fields here. Okay. Let's head to our mapping, edit the mapping, and just make sure that the name is being used for the entity. You can see that an entity code is being automatically generated for me, so I don't need to set that myself. With that in mind, let's add a brand new record. So let's go and create a record for something like BBC. Okay. So if we have a look at the BBC, let's go get its website. And we can grab the URL here and we can paste it into the website. Let's generate that record, which will not only create that record in the CluedIn platform, but then because we're using that organization.website key, the enrichment will also kick in. And if the website can be found, it will be used to crawl and enrich the record. So with that in mind, let's head back. Let's look at our BBC. And you can see this has been enriched by the website enricher as well. In fact, if we look at our properties, you can see specifically what values came back from that enrichment service. This is how you can use third-party services to enrich the data that you're pulling into the CluedIn platform automatically.